Hi guys. Okay, so this dream that I'm going to share with you, I had on November 15th, I believe. Um, I'm going to go off the notes that I had jotted down from when I had it. Um, so, so in this dream, my husband and I were in our car. We were in a parking lot, and um, more details would be it was like a shopping center parking lot, and we were kind of to the left, facing the shopping center, and there was just, a whole big parking lot to our right. And I was in the passenger seat, and I was looking out my window, and I was looking up at the sky, which I tend to do that all the time in the car. I'm always looking at the clouds and the sky and just everything. And I was looking up at the sky, and in between the clouds was this round. It was a round circular object or disc. It From how far away it was, it looked about the size of a nickel. You know, um, it was round like a disc, and it was really bright. I mean, it was like it was reflecting light off of it, and it was daylight outside too, so it wasn't lights on it. It was just I don't really know how to explain it. It was just really shiny, almost reflective, and I told my husband, I was like, hey, you need to see this. So my husband was just kind of like, whatever, because I'm always asking him to look at stuff that I see, like, look at that cool cloud, or look at the colors over here, or oh, whatever. I'm always looking at the sky because I'm just so amazed by it. I'm so amazed by God's creation. But, he didn't really take me seriously. My husband didn't take me seriously right away, but I kept pressing it. And so finally, he was like, okay. So he had to like scoot over. He had to practically like partially climb over the little storage compartment in between the two seats and all of that. So he got over, and his face was right next to me, and he was looking up out the window, and and he saw it too. And I remember in the dream, he was just like, whoa, that's really weird. And we were both sitting there staring at it. And the next thing we know, it was like in just like a flash, in a second, in a moment. It went from this little teeny looking disc way, way up in the sky to it just like warped, and it like just swooped down, and suddenly it was like, not that far away from us in the parking lot. It was like, I know this is going to sound weird. It was like a UFO, and it was pretty big. It took up most of the parking lot, and it was just hovering there. It wasn't touching the ground, and it was round. It was round, and I don't really know how to explain it very well. It was like metallic, um, and it wasn't like a globe shape. It was more of the typical UFO type shape that people tend to draw or whatever. So more disc, but round. Um, and I just remember looking at the metal on it, and the metal was really, really weird. It was like it almost looked liquid, and it kind of would, if you were when you were staring at it, it would almost look like it was sort of changing, but it was not like major changing. It was just like just enough to try to trick your eyes, and like it was really weird. But it almost looked liquid. And so let me find my notes so I don't forget anything here, because this has been a little while ago. All right, so okay. It was like a metallic gray color. I couldn't really explain it while typing it out either, or writing it out. It says, okay, so then as we were looking at it, then all of a sudden, just as fast as it came, it went. It just kind of, it didn't like just shoot up. It just kind of, almost like what I would call warped, like warped up to a higher point in the sky. And then I saw it going, it just kept going and going and going and going and going. Kind of up and to an angle up in the sky, and we were watching it. And as it would slowly get further and further away, these weird, almost looked like black smoke, came out from it up in the sky. And we're kind of, you know how jets leave the trails in the sky? Well, it was something similar to that was coming out of it, but it was black, and it wasn't like, it was almost like it was alive though. It was like the black streams that were coming out of it were alive, and they looked like octopus like tentacles, and they were like curling around at the edges, and it was really creepy looking. And that's when I woke up in the dream. And also to say, those black smoky tentacle looking things that came out of it, that it like left behind in the sky, they were coming down towards the ground. And so it was definitely like they were alive. It was just really, really weird and scary in the dream. But I woke up, and instantly I knew that this represented demonic activity. It represented, not that the dream was demonic. The dream was not demonic. The dream was from the Lord, but he was just, I've seen this over and over and over. I've heard of other people dreaming very similar stuff, true believers dreaming stuff like this, especially this year. So I thought it was very interesting that I got a dream like that. But there's so much demonic activity going on right now. The spiritual warfare is off the charts. So we really need to be putting the armor of the Lord on, the armor of God. We need to be putting that on every single day. Sometimes throughout the day it kind of seems to come off, and we need to maybe re-put it on at night too. You can put that on in the spirit. You can pray it, however you feel you need to. But it definitely, I knew it was a demonic thing. That a lot of times this whole like UFO stuff, much of it is a hoax, but some of it's not. And I really do believe that a lot of it is demonic activity. And it's just meant to confuse people, get their focus off the Lord. But in a dream like that, it definitely is symbolic of what they're doing here on earth, distracting you. They're all around us, all these things. So take that dream to the Lord in prayer. If you have any issues with it, please don't leave me negative comments about that. I'm sorry if you have issues with it, but that's just the interpretation that the Lord gave me. So, all right, I think I have 2 more videos to record tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and get on that. And I hope you all have a blessed night. Bye.